Our next guest on Central Valley Business is Mike Kaufher. Did I say it close to right?
You're very close. Mike Cow with fur on it.
Kaufher, okay. Now, you're a wine importer.
I import wine. I import from now 7 wineries in Italy.
In Italy.
Last time I appeared, it was late 2014. Mm-hmm. There were 5 wineries. 2 more have joined up. The 5 that were at the time are 2 from Tuscany, the Romeo Winery, which is 2 of their award-winning wines are out here. In Montepulciano, and then a winery called Terra de Melizzano, which is in Chianti Classico. Also in the Piedmont up north, Rovero, making some very good Piedmont wines. And in the Veneto in the northeast, a Prosecco maker called Sacchetto. And a white wine maker called Gregoris, who makes some outstanding Pinot Grigio and Soave and other wines.
Now, I am a wine drinker. I drink red wine almost exclusively. And, of course, a lot of California wines, mostly.
Sure.
But I always feel excited when I get an Italian wine. I feel like very exotic, and I'm back to the homeland, I'm back to the roots of it. And there's some really good wines, but I never know what to buy because you spend $25 or something on a bottle of wine.
Right.
That's a lot of money if it's just okay. So
Sure.
I could have, stuck with a local wine for that. So
Well,
you want it
and-
to be special.
And what's happening with my line is there are now 30 wines in the selection. Theoretically, you could have a different wine every day for a month.
Okay, I'm for that.
And a number of them are now under $15.
Under $15?
Yes,
Wow.
and they are, as I say, they're outstanding. I don't buy them unless they are. I go to Italy. I meet the people at the wineries.
You
I
go to the
look
winery.
at the fields. Yep,
Now, does it look like Napa, or is it just a whole different look over there?
it's a very different look.
Yeah.
It's a very different look. I won't get into the details, but it's always outstanding, no matter what season.
Now, this is Romeo, Massimo Romeo, and that's the winery.
Yes, these are both Vino Nobile, which is a style of wine.
Okay.
In this case, it's mostly Sangiovese, which is the backbone grape of Tuscany.
Vino Nobile di
Montepulciano.
Is
That's an area similar to let's see, Paso Robles.
Okay.
It's
So it's a
area
little region.
within Tuscany.
Okay.
And this wine here has just won a silver medal in the Sunset Magazine International Wine Competition, and we'll be pouring that later this month in Paso Robles.
Yeah. See, I did not know that we could get Italian wines tested and recommended by somebody for that price.
Oh, it is. This one is 40-ish. This one is the winemaker's signature label. It's called Di Pittoresco. He won't tell me what it means.
Okay.
But it's an outstanding wine. This happens to be 100% Sangiovese. It's a 2010. This is a 2011.
Now,
They're
where does somebody get your wine? Is there a website? Do they come to your shop?
They can go to my website, which is one word, MikeKaufherWines.com. They can also go to Amazon. I sell on Amazon.com, and it's a little complicated, but it's Amazon.com/shops, SHOPS, /Mike Kaufher Wine Selection.
So you have your own little shop on Amazon.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, I buy a lot of stuff on Amazon now. It's almost just natural to do that. I
Yep.
didn't know we could buy wine, though.
Yeah.
They
yeah.
ship it to your house? And
Ship it right to your house, or if you prefer, to a FedEx drop, or to a friend's house or your office. We take care of all the fulfillment for the Amazon
So
sales.
Amazon's sort of just your storefront.
Exactly.
Your way to buy.
And in town, in town, I've heard that you can buy some of these labels at Max's Bistro, at the new Annex Kitchen, Pardini's Annex Kitchen. You can buy it at Sam's Italian Deli and a couple of other places. DiCicco's, one of the DiCicco's, and if you happen to be in Santa Barbara at Say Cheese, and that's expanding. We're working with people up in Northern California who are distributing the wine, and it's really there's a great difference between last year and this year. We've had a lot of expansion. the Valley is still the first marketplace for us, but Los Angeles is now number 2, and the Bay Area is number 3. And we've had, it's a small group, but an increasing number of people are ordering our wines from South America and from the UK, and having them sent to California or Oregon, where we sell. We're also available in Ohio and in Virginia from my website.
Okay. Now, are you the exclusive for this winery in
Yes.
in United States or in California?
All of these are exclusive to me in California and Oregon, and some are exclusive nationwide. Depends on the winery.
So if we see this wine at, say, the DeCicco's or Max's Bistro, came from Mike Kaufher, right here, and you're close to here in the tower, not too
Sure,
far,
I
really.
live just up north in what's called Fig Garden, Baja. The two new wineries are very interesting. One is on the island of Sardinia. It's called Montespada, and they make some outstanding wines, red and white, and also well priced. And then from Sicily, I now have 3 new wines.
Wow.
2 reds and a white. They're getting very high marks as people taste them. These are both 90-plus rated, and the winemaker's been doing that for a number of years. His 2012 is coming out, and actually just got to the port in New York to come to Napa, where I store all of my wines.
Store it in Napa. You don't store it in your hot garage in
No,
Fresno?
no, climate controlled, and it's a wine warehouse. Specializes
It's
in that,
ready to
and
handle
everything
that.
is sent right from there.
So now you fly over to Italy, you go to the vineyard, you go to the wine taste, you taste a certain, I guess you'd say vintage, and you know it's good.
Yeah,
And so
I've been in the wine business for 15 years.
So when we buy from Mike Kaufher, you've done all the hard part.
I have.
You've taken the risk
I have.
and put the money into it. So when we buy it, it's not a risk at that point.
That's right.
It's probably going to be pretty darn good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like to tell the story about a friend of mine who he was in Spain, and he likes wine, and so he was going to Spanish vineyards, and he stopped to taste the wine at one of them, and was sitting next to a fella, and they got to talking, and the fella said, "Where are you from?" And my friend said, "Fresno. Have you heard of it?" And the guy said, "Heard of it? I'm from Fresno too."
Wow.
And he said, "You know the wine guy in Fresno?" And my friend said, "You mean Mike?" And he said, "Yeah, that's it."
I'll be darned. What a small world, isn't it? So, okay, am I skipping anything? I don't want to rush you through this. This is fascinating.
Thank you. I like to talk about it. You can tell. The only thing I would say for viewers who like wine, just to remember, there are 4 factors to keeping a good bottle a good bottle.
Okay.
The first is keep it low. Down low is always cooler than high up. Keep it quiet, meaning don't store it on top of a microwave or next to a refrigerator.
Okay.
And third, keep it in the dark, or as dark as you can. Under the bed is a great place if
Okay.
you don't have
Stand
a wine
low
cooler.
and it's dark.
And then cool.
Cool. Okay. Now, tell me the temperature when you say cool.
Well, it's you'll hear for red wines to make it room temperature, but that's out the window.
My
in the
rooms are
valley.
hot.
Exactly.
Very hot.
But if you go anywhere between 60 and 65 degrees, which means you'll have to keep it cooler or down by the floor, you should be okay. And the white wines, keeping them at about 50 degrees.
50 for...
And that's not refrigerator cold, which is typically 40. It's a little warmer. So if you keep it in the refrigerator, get it out sooner than anybody wants to drink it, let it get to room temperature. And the key for room temp on white is once the sweat on the bottle is gone, it's at the right temperature.
So you open it and let the sweat go?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, on the red, if I keep them for years, do I need to rotate them a little or just leave them alone?
No. The rotation is mostly about sparkling.
Okay.
The reds, if they have sediment, they're going to have sediment, which is naturally occurring. And if you look at the bottom of the bottle, that's called a punt.
Yeah.
That was originally there because they didn't do fining. In other words, they didn't have something that would take the sediment out of the wine.
So that was to catch the sediment
Catch
around
the
that.
sediment,
Okay.
and you wouldn't be bothered by it.
Now,
So
now it's just for fun.
Yeah, right.
I love to grab
Looks
it,
fancy.
grab the bottle.
Oh, and pour that
do
way?
yeah.
Right.
Now, okay, so here's my problem. My wine rack is up high
Yeah.
in my kitchen, and my house is rarely 60 to 65.
Mm-hmm.
So what's those little refrigerator-looking things I see at,
Costco, et cetera.
it's just called a wine fridge?
It's a
or-
wine cooler, wine refrigerator. You can get them for 12 bottles, for 100 bottles. It's modular, and there's nothing wrong with them at all.
Okay, so if you're going to keep wine for a period of time, you better get something, you don't just store it in your kitchen for
Yeah.
6-8
Yeah.
months and hope it,
And the if I were doing it, I would get one, put it at the 60 to 65, put all your whites and reds in it, and then if you need the white to chill, you take it out and
you
do
take
that.
it out and chill it. Okay, I don't collect white wines. My wife likes a white wine, so it's always it's a split home, you know, a divided home, red and white. So, all right, MikeKaufher.com, and I want to spell it K-A-U,
FHER.
okay, Mike, K-A-U-F-H-E-R, wines.
.com. MikeKaufherWines.com, one word. And if you said this earlier with another guest, if you Google
Just Google Mike Kaufher
Mike
wines.
Kaufher, you'll find
Yeah,
the
there's
wines.
not a lot of Mike Kaufher wines. There's
No,
probably not a lot
no.
of Mike Kauffers out there. But he goes to Italy, he picks a wine, selects them for us, saves us a lot of work and money.
That's
You
it.
know, 'cause
Yep.
I've spent a lot of money on wine that is just okay.
Yep. I got into this to make sure that there were very few touches on the wine from the winery door to your door, and that keeps the price down.
And if you can't find Mike for any reason, call us here at Central Valley Talk. And I know where he lives, right up the street here in Baja Pig Garden.
Right.
Thank you, Mike. And,
Thank you, Mike.
We're going to have more on Central Valley business right after this message from our sponsors.